I love summoning. I do. I love summoning. It's fun, you know? And I think that Fire Emblem Heroes is a great game for that. The gotchas can basically whip up any character they want at any given time. Fire Emblem doesn't have to do that, though, which is kind of cool. Basically, because they have a catalog of characters thicker than the Bible to be able to pick from at random and give someone a character that they like. There's tastes out there for any and everyone, which is really cool. Granted, they do have OCs, the main characters that drive along the actual story and book chapters in FEH. But overall, Fire Emblem Heroes is kind of like the perfect scenario for a gacha game. It's got otherworld crossovers, right, between the different regions of Fire Emblem, different worlds of Fire Emblem. Tons of characters, bunch of cool weapons, great lore. There's one thing that could make it better, though. It would be to be able to actually get what it is you want from a banner, no matter which banner, every single time. And they've made an adjustment for that, right? We've gotten guaranteed picks. Sparking, you may know. Sparking exists on a couple different banners. They always are on the new hero banners, which are great. They occasionally pop up on special banners. Winter, mostly, as of right now. And then, of course, the legendary remix banners, which was also a really nice addition. I'm glad that they did that. But the fact that sparking doesn't exist on every banner yet is just really odd to me. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Like, it makes sense from a coin perspective as to why they wouldn't put it on every banner. But I feel like after 5 years now, going into the 6th, IS could at least appreciate that its player base isn't really going anywhere. The numbers haven't really declined, in truthfulness. I feel like the player base is only even more engaged now that we have added modes that actually encourage engagement. Imagine that. Having a game mode where you can actually play other players. Wild. And I know Summoner Duels isn't for everybody. But it's more of a showing that they're taking the initiative, right? They're attempting to fill a void in the game that at least some or most of the players want. But summoning is something that everybody likes, right? Otherwise you wouldn't play it. For a long time, Fire Emblem Heroes was basically just a character collection game. There wasn't a whole lot to do. I'm talking like a year plus drought of good content. When Ether Raid showed up, it was fun for a while, but then it got awful, I think. Even people that love Ether Raids get burned out on Ether Raids every now and then. They haven't really been able to strike a balance between making it fun, but also not making it infuriating to play. Summoner Duels may be different. I hope that it's different. It's kind of a nice thing that they can just kind of, change an ability, for example, or a map every week or two. And you can maybe adjust the meta slightly just by those little tweaks that they can do. Whereas before, it hasn't really been that standard of an option. But summoning, it's been around since the game's beginning. And it's kind of what Heroes is founded on. you know? Like, you are the summoner. You play the summoner. You summon things. You summon heroes. That progresses the story. So it's kind of the main point of Heroes. It's not other game modes. The summoning is. So why can't we make summoning as good as it can be? That's the part I don't get. Again, I will give credit where it's due, right? They have made adjustments, and it has gotten better. If I spend 600 orbs, right, on a Halloween banner, and I don't get a single copy of Halloween Rhea, there should be something in place for that. Like, legitimately, there should be something in place for that. And I know the cynics will say, well, it's gotcha. You know, if you don't want to take the risk, don't summon at all. But should it be that way? I'll never understand why people argue for odds to be rigged against you. And they are. I mean, that is what gacha is. I mean, 3% versus 97% of getting a 5-star. Those odds are against you at all times. Nothing is ever actually in your favor. It can feel like it, but nothing actually ever is genuinely in your favor. Everything is always stacked against you. 5 stars at least. And then there are other cases where, you know, you don't get a lot of the 4-star options that you're after, right? But there should be some sort of safety net on every banner, I think. For a game that founded itself on summoning, on hero collecting, there should be some sort of guarantee to get a character you want on every banner. Especially if they're going to be like, oh, here, you can spark Fallen Edelgard, but you can't spark Kurth Naga. Are you honestly telling me I can't spark a Halloween 4-star Kurth Naga, but I can spark a crazy power-crept Fallen Edelgard? I don't understand the logic there. I've also heard the argument of, well, yeah, but think of the state of meta if everyone could spark on something. It's one unit. It's one unit. If anything, it levels the playing field instead of like just tossing us into this awful metaverse that we're stuck in. That's not true. I can't see the logic in it. But maybe I'm misguided. Maybe I'm the problem. But I don't think that I am. I try to say as frequently as I can that, you know, the gacha giveth and the gacha taketh. And if I were not doing content, I would not summon nearly as much. I would not plus 10 Manuela, for example, which, I mean, she's not yet, but we'll get to there. That's a future stream. But I wouldn't do it. Half of the summoning I do is strictly for the content. Because it's enjoyable. It gives you guys some kind of entertainment. And while spending like 1,000 orbs to not get a single Halloween Rhea was awful for me, and it was probably good content for you. But I hated it. Like a lot. I hated going up against a 1 in 3 uncertainty 11 times when I attempted and successfully against the majority of odds. Plus 10 legendary Micaiah. It's nuts. It's insane that we don't have sparking on every banner yet. It genuinely is. And I hope that that is something that they rectify in the near future. I send feedback on it monthly for what it's worth. I don't make a video of it or anything like that because it's frankly not all that interesting. I just politely ask them to consider adding sparking or a guaranteed summon rather. And they may know what sparking is. I think that's probably just slang for them. But it wouldn't be that interesting of a video. It's just me typing something. I genuinely like heroes. I have done Dear Genshin Impact's videos before where I'm a little bit snarky in my comments to them. But I try not to do that with Fire Emblem Heroes because the game has given me a lot. And as I reflect over, you know, as we come towards the end of the year, I think they've made a lot of really good adjustments. And I give them a lot of props for finally coming up with a game mode like Summoner Duels. I feel like the community, the player base has been reignited, and they're excited about the game again, and they like the game. And for people who didn't like Summoner Duels, nothing really changed for them. They're still equally happy or unhappy. Maybe there's no changing that. But I think a big win that everybody could get is just a guaranteed chance at a hero that you want. Even if you don't want a plus 10, like maybe you just want them, you know? Maybe you're one of them catalog collectors, which I will never say is a good idea. Like, please do not try and 100% Fire Emblem Heroes. Or any gacha. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Don't go for catalog. Don't try and like complete the game by collecting every character. That's a bad decision. But yeah, I woke up this morning. This wasn't the planned video for this morning, or this afternoon rather. But I woke up and I logged in. I did my normal Monday stuff, right? Because arenas and things are ending today. And I was just thinking, man, I really like what they've done, except for this one thing that they reluctantly add to like some banners and not all banners, and that's kind of frustrating. Maybe I'll just talk about that today. And so here we are. This was not scripted. This has been completely off the cuff, so I apologize if my my insights were lacking or ill-voiced, I guess, for lack of better phrasing. But yeah, I think it would be nearly perfect. There are other issues. Frontline phalanx, what does that game mode even do? I don't know. But sparking on every banner would be nice. It's not like it's cheap anyway. But you know, if someone's saving up and they burn their entire stash of 1,000 orbs and they don't get what they're after, that would suck. For sure. And I would hate to see someone who loves the game be turned off from an experience like that when summoning itself is the core experience of the game. So, just some thought, you know. If you'd like to join me, feel free to send feedback monthly, as I do. Maybe they'll listen. That could be nice, you know. They've adjusted and changed other things, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they would do it for this too. But just a thought, just some ramblings, just some discussion that I wanted to have today. Give myself a reason to do my hair, I guess, and turn on the Christmas tree back there. But that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, I guess, me just talking to a camera. This is a weird video. I don't think I've done this for a while, but just some stuff I wanted to talk about, I guess. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Until then, I will catch you next time.